Hello and welcome back to this roundtable discussion on the governance model of the Communist Party of China. In this segment, we'll take a closer look at how the CPC stays connected with the people and how young people can play a bigger role in shaping the future. We are joined by Mr. Einar Tangen, Senior Fellow at Taihe Institute, and Ms. Zeng Yi, Professor of the Party School of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. So as we talked earlier, China's CPC has a vast membership. It has almost 100 million members. So given this massive membership and grassroots or community presence, Einar, could you expand on how should China or the CPC stay connected with the general public, because China is so big?
All right. I went to a very small town actually, and I met a young man who graduated from Tsinghua, undergrad, master's, and PhD. Wow. He could have gone anywhere and be making a lot of money. Tsinghua graduates are the MIT of China, and he's a very, very bright person. And he chose instead to join the party, to go to first, it was really tiny village in a very, very remote area, where he learned from the party secretary. He was a secretary to the party secretary. And he learned about the problems of the people. So having party members, they must go to these beginning areas and work their way up. So you can see their capabilities, right? This is how you connect with the people. It's not reading about them in a book and saying, oh, the people are poor. No, you have to see and understand exactly what their lives are like. You start talking about messaging, all right? And that's very important in today's environment. So many, but now we have new means of messaging. So I think it's a combination. There is no substitute for knowing what people are going through. And this is the main difference between China. Your party people who are at the top actually went through this process. They understand what ordinary people go through. There isn't any other system in the world that insists on that. Politicians are just somebody who runs because they want to, or they're put forward by somebody, but what is their real experience? It's actually an exception if they come from the grassroots or from the very bottom of society, from the lower levels. In most instances, they just, they're wealthy and they wanted to be a senator, because it's the most exclusive club in America, right? But it doesn't mean that they have an insight into the people and their problems. So I think that is so important. You have to have that, and then you have the new digital tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you touched upon the digital technologies, digital tools that have become available for both the party and the people to stay connected with each other. What new tools have become much more accessible for the both sides to stay connected with each other, and how should both sides, especially the younger people, take advantage of those tools to participate in national governance?
Well, actually, you can go on Weibo and you can have it translated for you. Mm-hmm. So then you'll understand that there is a huge variety of opinions. And the young people are very much participatory. They say, no, we're concerned about, I haven't gotten a job, I'm concerned about this. Mm-hmm. All right? And the government is expected to respond. This is a feedback loop. Well, we were trying to address the elderly issue. We were trying to address the population issue. But, online, what are we hearing? We're not hearing positives. That means that something has to be changed. The plan has to be reworked.
Yes, so as Einar mentioned, with the rise of so many social media platforms like Weibo and WeChat becoming widely available and accessible, how do you think the CPC can better use these tools to stay connected with the general public? And how to use these digital technologies or digital tools to meet and respond to the people's needs, especially the younger generation?
Yeah. The technological advances and the social changes really profoundly transformed the people, especially the young people, how to access the information and to engage in public life. So the CPC recognizes that the need to adapt to the trend by enhancing communication through a lot of digital platforms, just like the social media, short videos, and live streaming. In China, we promote the idea of the whole process people's democracy, which goes beyond voting by emphasizing extensive and ongoing participation and dialogue in governance. In recent years, the CPC expanded its use of the digital tools such as the smart governance platforms and the online feedback channels. For example, the State Council's Internet plus supervision platform allows citizens, particularly youth, to raise their concerns over issues such as employment, healthcare, housing, and so on. In one case, a student's complaint about the local household registration policy led to swift action and improvement. And also, the CPC is working to respond effectively to some emerging social issues. For example, on environmental policy, the Beijing government used the platforms just like Weibo and WeChat to gather the feedbacks from the young people. And the young people's feedback and input has brought some practical improvements, such as the clearer signage and a user-friendly app about the waste sorting, which has boosted the public's participation and the public support. So I think staying connected with the public, especially the younger generation, requires the political parties to embrace the new trend of communication by listening actively and respond effectively. I think it's pretty essential for building trust and delivering governance which truly meet the people's needs.
Yes, I guess with thanks to all of those technologies like AI and also social media platforms, the party and the people can get better connected with each other, and the party can better respond and meet the needs of the people. Okay.
But it's not just that simple. I just want to add this on. I mean, and attention spans have shortened, and people, I notice in restaurants, I see, very charming young people on their phone for the whole, they're eating like this. They don't even look at each other. So like anything else, every solution opportunity creates new set of problems. So, and this is a perfect example where I would expect the Chinese government, and they have, they made sure that young people do not have 24/7 access to video games. Yeah. But this is the active part. You want to use it for the good things, but you have to control it to make sure bad things don't happen. And a good example of how China approaches a problem and an opportunity.
Yes, technology should be the opportunity and also be the solution for the problems. Yeah. So I think we are now out of time. Thank you so much for your contributions and insights. So we hope today's conversation has inspired a deeper understanding of the CPC, its core objectives, and how it adapts itself to the ever-changing world. Thank you again for joining us, and see you next time.